Second one of the night, the 22-5 Indiana Elite, the 8-19 Minnesota Cold. Here we go. We are underway up here in the north. Indiana Elite coming off of a loss. Minnesota Cold coming off of a win as Sananda Frew quickly drops one in, and we are underway. Indiana Elite coming off a loss against the Sayo Furies. They will look to get the win back into their sails with a win here against Minnesota. Darius Adams, the rookie shooting guard, throws one up. Can't get the roll in to go. That one's boarded by Pete Jones Jr. Successful possession for the Cold. Successful possession for the Elite. An unsuccessful possession for the Minnesota Cold. An unsuccessful possession for the Indiana Elite. And that is how the first two for each team go. Minnesota Cold will take over. Broussard up at the top. He'll swing his way around. This is the All-Star here in Season 2. Straight to the basket for the lay-in. Marco Broussard making his first All-Star appearance here this season for the West, as Pete Jones Jr. drops that one in there. Marco Broussard, also a two-time competitor in the three-point contest. So Marco Broussard, always a threat from deep, as Matt Snow bricks the floater there off the back. Boarded by Lange. Marco Broussard, leading scorer, and the man that runs the offense for the Minnesota Cold over there. Adams throws at the three ball, can't get it to go. Boarded by Malone. Offensive rebound for the Minnesota Cold. Back up to Broussard, back to Malone. He backs down against Cameron Boozer to the basket and drops in the hook shot. Harvey Malone able to drop that one in. Pete Jones Jr., he has got 6 points and 3 straight makes after a game that he would really like to forget against the Sayo Furies. He is trying to quickly turn things around and have a strong game here against the Minnesota Cold. He is rejected there, though, by Harvey Malone. And the Indiana Elite will keep possession. Clem Fandango up at the top. He'll work around the screen. Steps back, finds Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer to the basket and lays it in. Cameron Boozer, his first basket after he dropped 20-plus last game in a loss to the Sayo Furies. Darius Adams is rejected there. Darius Adams has been shooting here in the first. Multiple shots for Darius Adams, starting shooting guard for the Minnesota Cold. And a rookie. Minnesota Cold, 2 rookies on their team, both taken in the second round, and they start both of them. Perez puts up a 3 ball, can't get that one to go, boarded by Pete Jones Jr. Matt Snow with the ball up at the top, ready to run the offense, and he gets it into Pete Jones Jr. Pete Jones Jr. looking to go to work and stay at work, but he's going to get rejected that time by Harvey Malone. And a fight for the rebound ends up in the hands of the Minnesota Cold. Pete Jones Jr. could only keep it up for so long. Minnesota Cold were ready for him right there, but Pete Jones Jr. comes back with a block of his own right there. And the Indiana Elite will set up again, looking to get the 10, looking to take the lead. Fandango to the basket. He gets rejected, and that one's to Broussard all the way. He lays it in with the foul. He'll go to the line for one more. Broussard at the line for the three-point play. Cannot get the three-point play to go, though. Indiana Elite with 90 seconds left in the first. Starters still out there. Starters have played the entire first quarter. Cameron Boozer can't get the roll in to go. Broussard into Giordano. Giordano up and over Truck Wallace. He lays that, or gets the turnaround to go. And timeout, Pete Jones. Back to it, following the timeout. Minnesota Cold up 4. 60 seconds left here in the first. B team checks in there for the Indiana Elite. Starters will take a seat. It's Nomad D Pistol. He is going to find Rocco Pebble for the slam. Rocco Pebble went off the screen straight to the basket. Perfect pick and roll there for Nomad and Rocco. Perry can't get the lay-in to go. That one's boarded by the Indiana Elite. And the B team will set up again. Nomad up at the top. He's again going to get the screen. He's driving. This time he's going to pick and pop it. He can't get the shot to go, though. That one will roll out of bounds. Minnesota Cold take over. Rejected there by Gator Wallace. Perez had a route to the basket. In the end, it ends up in the hands of Christopher Perry, who's able to lay that one in. Rocco Pebble backs down, back out to Wells. Wells for three. Can't get that one to go. Giordano into Perry. Time winding down. Perry lays it in. Nomad can't get it to go. That's the end of the first. Wait a Trogdor ad read. Second's going to get underway. Minnesota Cold up 6. Nomad up at the top. Steps back. Over to Allen Wells. Allen Wells able to lay that one in. And Allen Wells on the board for the first time. Singleton's going to take it all the way and lay that one in for an easy 2 points. Dan Singleton, backup point guard on the board for the Minnesota Cold. Gator Wallace over to Rocco Pebble. Rocco Pebble able to lay that one in. Great pass from Gator Wallace. Singleton into Perry. Perry can't get the lay-in to go after he was able to get by Greg Neal. Indiana Elite will take over. Chance to trim it to Nomad D pistol. Great defense from Singleton. They're going to have to set up again. He gets it into Rocco Pebble. Rocco Pebble in the key. And rejected is Rocco Pebble. Singleton finds Giordano. Giordano was able to lay it in. Allen Wells fights his way to the basket. He's got 4. 4 points for Allen Wells. Cold will set up. Giordano for 3, and he drops it in. 3 ball lands for the Minnesota Cold. Nomad, he'll work around the screen. He's going to attack the basket in the key and bounces it off the front side. Nomad can't get it to go. Minnesota Cold up 7, looking to add to the lead, but I think Greg Neal might have got the block there. Multiple blocks for both teams. Perry able to muscle it and lay it in down low. 6 points for Christopher Perry. Nomad into Greg Neal. Greg Neal puts up the shot. He's able to drop that one in. First basket for Greg Neal. Christopher Perry drops in another one. He's got 8 for Christopher Perry. Backup power forward for the Minnesota Cold into Rocco Pebble. Out to Allen Wells. Allen Wells puts up a 3. Can't get that one to go. Offensive rebound for Gator Wallace. Good ball movement for the Elite. Back up to Nomad. Nomad. Over to Wallace. Back to Nomad. Shot clock winding down. Nomad pick and pop. And can't get that one to go. Perry over to Atkins. Atkins lays that one in. Byron Atkins on the board for the first time. Coach Pete Jones calls the timeout. 2 minutes left here in the second. Indiana Elite at risk of dropping 2 in a row here, as the Minnesota Cold putting it on right now. Pete Jones Jr. into Truck Wallace. Truck Wallace able to lay that one in. Truck Wallace on the board for the first time. Marco Broussard. Matt Snow got a hand on that one there. Minnesota Cold able to recover it. At the top, Perry with it. Finds Harvey Malone down low for the slam. Cameron Boozer into Pete Jones Jr. Pete Jones Jr. slams one down. 8 points for Pete Jones Jr. Broussard around the screen. Straight to the basket. He lays that one in. There is just no defense for the Indiana Elite. Non-existent defense. Matt Snow able to take advantage of some sleepy defense as well, though, as he lays one in. His first point there. Broussard over to Malone for three. Malone can't get it to go, though, but the offensive rebound for the Minnesota Cold, but stolen by Pete Jones Jr. Pete Jones Jr. over to Matt Snow. Matt Snow lays that one in. 40 seconds left here in the second. Broussard into Malone, and foul during the shot. He'll go to the line for one more. Harvey Malone, a 76% free throw shooter. Cannot get the first one to go, though. Apparently, he's a 76% free throw shooter. Does get the second one. 5 points for Harvey Malone. 30 seconds left here in the first half. 30 seconds away from halftime. Matt Snow into Truck Wallace. Truck Wallace hands the ball to the Minnesota Colt. Broussard backs down against Matt Snow. Turn around. Broussard drops that one in. 8 points. And the all-star Marco Broussard has not missed. Matt Snow able to go to the basket and lay that one in. One more chance here for the Minnesota Cold. Marco Broussard pulls one up. No. That'll take us to halftime. Into the second half, Minnesota Cold up 8 on the Indiana Elite as we get the second half underway. Can the Indiana Elite find their groove here in the second half and try to close the gap here on the Minnesota Cold? Broussard around the screen, pulls up, and drops that one in. 10 points for Marco Broussard. Matt Snow into Pete Jones Jr. Pete Jones Jr. finds Cameron Boozer. Indiana Elite back-to-back possessions with baskets as the second one gets underway. Adams can't get his shot to go, though. Indiana Elite with the board. Chance to close the gap here. Clem Fandango still looking for his first points of the game. Around the screen, drive into the basket. Trogdor lays it in. Trogdor lays it in. Clem Fandango lays it in. That is huge, though. That is actually huge, because now we know exactly where we're going. Sananda Frew, the rookie, able to lay that one in. Trogdor. Clem Fandango lays that one in. Clem Fandango. Clutch Clem, not Trogdor. Back-to-back lay-ins for Clem Fandango. 90 seconds gone here in the third. Sananda Frew, the rookie, cannot get that one to go. Pete Jones Jr. into Truck Wallace. Truck Wallace back out to Cameron Boozer. Good ball movement. Cameron Boozer gets around the defender for the slam. Cameron Boozer. Indiana Elite fighting their way in. Matt Snow got a hand on it there. Sananda Frew, Lange, corner three. In the corner three. Cannot do it for the Cold. Here come the Indiana Elite trying to tie it up. Truck Wallace to tie it at 40, and he throws it off the backboard, gets his own rebound, and then misses it again. And that's the Indiana Elite in a nutshell. Broussard at the top, guarded by Matt Snow, poked away by Matt Snow, recovered by Broussard. Matt Snow steps back over to Adams for three. And the second one they get to go. Minnesota Cold dropping the three ball. Matt Snow with the top into Pete Jones Jr. Pete Jones Jr. slams it down. 10 points for PJJ. Trying to keep his team in it here. He's got a D up on Sananda Frew, though. That's the third time that the rookie has effortlessly scored on Pete Jones. Timeout, Indiana Elite. Back to it, following the timeout. from Coach Pete Jones. And the Indiana Elite will set up and run it again. Clem Fandango, he has had a decent third quarter here. He's going to get it into Cameron Boozer, and Cameron Boozer is going to lay it in. And now a timeout for the Minnesota Colt. Timeout for the Minnesota Colt, and 2 minutes left here in the third. Minnesota Colt up 3. Brassard pulls up for 3. Cannot get it to go. He has not had a lot of threes here tonight. We know of him as a three-point threat, but Clem Fandango is able to get the lay in there. Lead is at 1. Here comes Clem Fandango off the steal. Indiana Elite looking to take the lead. Matt Snow into the key, lays it in, and the Elite go up 1 for the first time since the first quarter. Indiana Elite back out in front. Singleton poked away by Matt Snow. Matt Snow is an on-ball pest right now. Singleton guarded, pulls up a 3. Cannot get it to go. Fight for the rebound, ends up in the hands of the Indiana Elite. Here comes Matt Snow. Indiana Elite, they're going to slow it down. They'll set up the offense. They get it into Pete Jones Jr. He gets it back out to Matt Snow. They're going to set up again. It's back into Pete Jones Jr. They're going to trust it again this time, and he slams it down. Pete Jones Jr.'s got 12. Less than 60 seconds left in the third. Lane to the top. Around the screen. Thinking about it. Guarded by Truck Wallace. Pulls up. Cannot get it to go. Boarded by Pete Jones Jr. It's Matt Snow at the top. Into Pete Jones Jr. Can he do it again? Yes, he can! Pete Jones Jr. Timeout, Minnesota. 30 seconds left here in the third. And the B team checks back in for the Indiana Elite. Up 5. Perez for 3. Perez drops in the 3 ball. Gabriel Perez for his first basket. Able to drop that one in. Shot clock turned off. One more chance here for the Indiana Elite. Nomad around the screen trying to attack the basket. And that's why the B team is the B team. Schroeder recovers the loose ball. Perez gets rejected, though. Gator Wallace. That's the end of the third. Fourth quarter, Indiana Elite up 2. Can they hang on against the Minnesota Cold? Singleton walks around the defense, but can't get the lay-in to go. Botches it off of the glass. Indiana Elite with the B team. Allen Wells attacking the basket. Allen Wells able to lay it in. Allen Wells has got 6. Singleton over to Perez. He hit the big 3 a moment ago. Can he look for another one? He finds Giordano. Great dish to Malone for the slam. Malone was able to get in behind the defense, and he slams that one down. Nomad, he'll get the screen. He's going to attack. Nomad lays that one in with the hook shot. Finally, after being 0 for 4, Nomad D Pistol drops one in. Singleton around the screen. He's going to attack. He goes all the way. Lays it in with the foul. Singleton to the line for one more. Singleton can't get the three-point play, though. Boarded by Allen Wells. Allen Wells. He'll go around the screen. He's going to attack. Allen Wells off the glass. Allen Wells has got 8. Allen Wells, after being picked up as someone to just fill out the roster here in Season 2, he's become possibly the most reliable scorer on the B team. After Nomad has kind of fallen off here in Season 2, and Allen Wells again. He's going for it again and does it again. Allen Wells. He's got 10. Singleton into Frew. Sananda Frew, the rookie. 8 points for Sananda Frew. Timeout, Indiana Elite. 3 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the fourth, and the starters check back in for the Indiana Elite. They give the ball straight to Pete Jones Jr., and he misses. 3 minutes left here in the fourth. Sananda Frew. That looked like an Indiana Elite play as he bounces it off the backboard, and the Indiana Elite will take over. Matt Snow finds Truck Wallace, and he slams it. Great pass from Matt Snow to find Truck Wallace. Brassard at the top. They're looking for the three ball. Cannot get the three to go, though. That one will bounce out. They were looking for the quick three there. Could not get the quick three to go. And now the Indiana Elite will take over. Matt Snow into Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer, he's going to set up in the post. Throws up and drops it in. Throws up a shot. Doesn't throw up. That'd be awful. But he throws up a shot that drops into the basket. 12 points for Cameron Boozer. Brassard, guarded by Matt Snow. He's going to throw up. I think that was a long two. Doesn't drop in at the end of the day. And here come the Indiana Elite. Indiana Elites have most certainly turned it on here in the second half. Matt Snow was able to lay that one in. Timeout, Minnesota Cold. The Minnesota Cold have fallen cold here in the second half. Indiana Elite have turned it up here in the second half. Brassard drops it in for three around the screen. That's Marco Brassard, two-time 3-point contest competitor, dropping in a big three when his team needs him. Matt Snow, they get it into Pete Jones Jr., the man that they trust. Pete Jones Jr. misses two layups in a row here late. Brassard into Sananda Frew. Sananda Frew back out. Corner three. And back-to-back threes for the Minnesota Cold. Indiana Elite, they'll look to set up. Pete Jones Jr. has missed two in a row into Cameron Boozer. Cameron Boozer lays that one in. They give it to the rookie, and he steps up here late. Marco Brassard into Malone. Harvey Malone has had a big game against Cameron Boozer. He drops in a hook shot. 11 points for Harvey Malone. Minnesota Cold keeping it close here against the Indiana Elite. Matt Snow at the top. Back into Cameron Boozer. The rookie looking to do it again. Drops it in again. Cameron Boozer, 16. Minnesota Cold with a crucial possession. Darius Adams, the rookie, against Fandango. No! Cannot get it to go. And now the Minnesota Cold may begin to foul into Truck Wallace. And Truck Wallace at the line, a 66% free throw shooter, drops it in. Truck Wallace looking for the second one. And he hits them both. Clutch free throws for Truck Wallace. 30 seconds left. Minnesota Cold not out of it yet. Artie Lange around the three. Steps back. Back over. Brassard cannot get the three ball to go. Cannot get the three ball to go. Truck Wallace. He will go to the line again. 4 free throws. Truck Wallace. 3 in a row for Truck Wallace. Clutch free throws. And a 4th. Oh my goodness. That is not something you see much here in the Scuffed Basketball League, ladies and gentlemen. That's 4 free throws in a row. Brassard can't get the three ball to go. The putback by Harvey Malone. How many Indiana Elite were down there? 3. And Harvey Malone just casually steps up and does it. Here comes Truck Wallace again. He is looking for his 5th and 6th in a row. His 5th free throw in a row. Are you kidding? This might be a record. And he'll miss the 6th, but an offensive rebound. Matt Snow pulls up a mid-ranger, boarded again by Pete Jones Jr., and he slams it down. Pete Jones Jr. is going to Stat pad the offensive rebounds here late. Indiana Elite fight their way back in. A garbage time 3 there. But Indiana Elite fight their way back in the second half. Indiana Elite win it.